Welcome, adventurers! Hi, I'm Goose.
Hello, I'm Turnip.
Hey, she's here today. Isn't that great? Been a while. Been a hot minute. I'm gonna talk about just a thing for a minute. I will be. I'm gonna make a video about what's going on with Little Blue Feather Fairy because a lot's going on, especially with the current situation of the world and all. But right now we're in Blender. You can see I got my screencast on. I'm working with a friend of mine to make his game because we're all developing games and stuff. I'm working on the first book of Alexander's Adventurous Academy. I'm actually expanding it into a full novel. So there's a lot going on with that. I'll try and figure out something to talk about the book without giving away too much, but like I still want to talk about stuff in the world in the book. This has nothing to do with that, though. This is going to be a turret. He needs a turret for a game, so we're going to make a turret. So I'm going to...
You're going to make a turret, and I'm going to watch you make a turret.
We are going to make a turret.
Should I make a turret in my drawing video?
Yes. Absolutely.
Okay.
You can make whatever you want. So I'm recording this. I'm not going to edit much unless there's sections that need editing. I'm just going to do some modeling and you guys can watch. I'll talk through my process. Turnip will ask questions if she sees something she is interested in or questions, and we'll just go from there. I'm just going to start and I'll talk about random stuff a little bit. GZ. So I have a design in mind. It's not a very like... Son of a bitch.
Ooh, that's bad.
I don't give a shit. These videos are not meant for kids. Oh, well, listen, kids, go watch YouTube for kids. I'm gonna curse. I don't give a shit. But that's the thing is, like, I'm making this world for people who understand the complexities and topics of it. It gets into some serious stuff and it gets into some childish stuff. That doesn't mean it's for kids. Just because something is childish doesn't make it for a kid. And this is definitely not for kids. This is an automated sentry turret. These are built for adults to fight other adults and deadly stuff. I have kind of a design in mind. I'm not gonna make it too crazy, but I am gonna make it interesting enough. So I'm going to that doesn't do what I want it to. Okay, so I gotta do like this. Alright. I have a design in mind. I need to do this by face select actually. There we go. Oh wait. Actually, yeah, I can do all the faces like this. Alt click. Yeah, alt click. So if you alt click, it's ring select. There we go. But this doesn't do it. I gotta freaking. Okay, so the idea I have in mind is an indent pattern on this, which is a simple matter of. It's a little tedious, but I like the design. I like the design idea. So right now I'm going to make the base. So what I'm going to actually make is one turret, but I'm going to make it modular in a couple different sections so that Can
you not think of words? So that what?
so that
It's got not enough polygons, or
no, so that you can swap out the gun on the top.
oh.
I'm going to make it modular, so it's going to have a set base, and it's going to have an attachable tripod, but you're going to be able to mount this on any surface you want, or rather, Game Boy is going to use this in his game, so he'll be able to attach this to any wall surface, but also, he'll be able to mount it to a tripod, mount it to a bigger turret. We can scale this up, attach different units to it like a rocket pod. I'm going to make a little twin barrel machine gun, because standard turret.
Basic turret.
Basic turret. This didn't exactly do what I wanted it to. Okay, hold up, I can fix this. Alright, so we're going to take this, and we're going to get rid of all these. We're going to delete these faces, and these faces. Yeah, that'll work. That's what I want. I should have done this. Yeah, my process isn't perfect. Don't judge me. Delete! Thank you. So now I got this. That's what I wanted. Look at that.
Looks like a gear.
It kind of does, doesn't it? Because the whole idea is, so what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go ahead and do that right now. I'm going to duplicate this, scale it down.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, no. I need to keep it the same size until I shift later. GX. God, freaking there. Now, X, there. Because the whole idea is turrets spin, but the way you have to do that is mechanized. You have to mechanically make it rotate. So I'm going to attach a tiny little cog to a
A bigger cog?
Yeah, I'm going to have to attach a tinier cog to the outside that's going to act as the rotator pin. But this is going to be the base of the turret. So now I can go into lines. And you guys can see, I'm not really explaining how I'm doing this. If you guys want more of an explanation when I do these models, then I will. But this is something I have to do, or I just want to get done. I didn't mean to do that. This is just something I want to get done, and some of the models I do for the game that's coming up, or for my next little project, will be... Yeah, that's a neat little design, isn't it?
Pretty neat.
Yeah. And then I take all these and then extrude one more time, but then I go into point select and merge in the center. Now they're all in one point. And that's not what I want. Because... Ah, that's perfect. That is... Wait, is that what I want? Yes, that is what I want. I didn't know you could do that. Having a point in the middle of a cylinder like this actually messes with a lot of the automated... Like, if I alt-click and then extrude, it would mess with a lot of stuff to have a position like that in the middle. But there's our little turret base. And actually, I don't want it to be a gear spinning. I don't like that idea. But I like the design of the gear. I like the design of those struts. Because it's a very low poly way to add some detail to something that's not going to have a lot of detail. Go into edit mode. Thank you. Okay, and then the bottom is just going to be... So it's going to be flush from here, but I'm going to add something to the base in a minute. So I'll just actually... This is going great. This isn't a very fast-paced video. It's just me modeling. But I want to record and talk, and I can't stream because my Wi-Fi sucks. So I'm not going to stream. I'm just going to talk during videos like this. And you know what? I want to go ahead and make one more design choice of actually joining all of those in a ring. Now what? Baby girl, the Ring of Fire is like a million references. Where's the... Here, topic of interest. Where's the Ring of Fire from?
Which one?
Where are you...
Referencing?
Where are you referencing?
Finding Nemo.
What did I just press? I hit the bottom!
Oh no.
They're fixed. This is tedious. Tedious. But I have a design idea in mind, so I gotta do it.
Did you hear what I said?
The Finding Nemo? Yes. Finding Nemo fans, shout out in the comments, all 2 of you.
Hey.
No, I meant the 2 people that watch this video that are Finding Nemo fans.
Oh.
Yeah, no, there's tons of... I love Finding Nemo. I love Finding Dory, too. But... And I'm not going to... And here's one thing. I'm not going to talk too much. I probably will make videos of me modeling stuff for his game, because it'll help me out and give you guys something to watch, since this channel's dead. This channel died before it was alive. But, shut up.
I think the channel's in infancy. What you're talking about?
Yeah, that's probably a good way to determine it. It takes so much... I have so much stuff I want to do, and I don't have time to edit videos, which makes me feel like I shouldn't even post them, because they're not edited, they're not good enough, but I don't care, because,
I mean, as long as you're getting content out.
Yeah, and that's the thing, is 3D modeling is one of the major parts of my content. So... Gaming, writing, and animation are the 3 big things that Little Blue Feather Fairy wants to be known for. So, check it out. Ta-da! See that?
Good job. Yep.
And this...
That looks kind of scary.
Yeah.
It almost looks like a siloed also.
Well, and the thing is, like, when you're mounting this into the side, these act as a little bit of grip. They're not positioned the right way. But, you know what? Hold up.
I'm holding.
Nah, I like it. Yeah, a little bit out. Yeah. So they'll act as a bit of a mounting point, like they'll dig in a little bit to stop it from spinning so you can spin on top of it. But that is going to be, so I'm going to go ahead and name your stuff. Always name your stuff in scenes, because I don't, and it's a pain in the butt.
Then you forget.
I have like 40-something objects in a scene that were all made from a cylinder I copied a bunch, and then I had to figure out which cylinder of cylinder 1 through 86 were were one part. And it was great. So name your stuff. This is the turret base. So now I'm going to exit. I'm going to make a new cylinder. And it's going to be the stem that actually rotates on this base to act as the pivot point. And the reason you want to make these separate is because... Pivot! Pivot!
Do you get that reference?
I remember you showing me the video for that reference.
Does everybody else get that reference?
I don't know. Baby girl, we're not going to know if people get that reference.
I mean...
So I need to go into view all, and then...
That one's a very common reference, I think.
And then we're going to go ahead and scale it up on the Z so it touches those.
Touching hands. Reaching out. Touching you.
I love you. GZ, we're going to shrink it right down, scale it in a little
Poor
bit.
Sweet Caroline.
Sweet Caroline. Ba, ba, ba. So there. So this is a really basic setup. One thing you want to take into account, for realism's sake, for any kind of realism's sake, is you don't want to make this too tall. So this is going to be pretty low down, actually a little bit lower. Because if you have a big heavy turret or whatever on a thin stem, it'll tip. And that's not a very good design. What?
Tipsy turret.
You're a tipsy turret.
That sounds like a bar.
And then the modular base. So actually...
Sounds like a
okay,
bar.
love. Here's where you get to interact a little bit.
Okay.
What should I add to this to make it a little bit more visually appealing? Because right now it's just this.
For a turret?
Yeah, so here's the base and here's our turret stem, which I'll go ahead and name.
I feel like it needs to be shorter.
Yeah, because this is just what mounts. This is what attaches to the...
Yeah, that looks good.
This is what attaches to the gun unit, which goes on top.
Make another one of the stem. Not that, but the bottom one. You need to make another one and put it on top of it.
So just... Thank you. Extrude... Oh, wait. Yeah, just leave that there and scale it flat out. And then extrude... GZ scale. Okay, let's try this again.
Grab all of them.
Yeah. Hold up, wait.
Oh no, I died.
Ah, freaking... You died?
Yeah, I was playing Minecraft.
There you go. Alright, so then we do that. We scale it flat out.
Try
then
to
we extrude it again. Yeah, and then scale out. So like that. That good enough? And then we just attach to that? Okay, so now this is where the gun design has to come in, and I have to think about this a little bit logically. So I'm going to start with the twin barrels because that's an easy part to start with. So I'm going to add a cylinder. Move it, nope, along the Y just so it's out of the way. We're going to take these and slide them to the side so I have the center to work with. And now this is going to be the basis for the gun. We're immediately going to scale it way the hell down, scale along the Z to make a fairly decent barrel, rotate it 90 degrees, tab into edit mode, and let's get started. Okay, so gun barrel. I want this to be a little bit menacing, but not like crazy intricate because it's a very basic turret, I would assume. There we go. And then we just scale that up. Move it out. Go ahead and shrink this part. Boom! Basic shape of a barrel. It's got a flared head, good little bit of nozzle, and I'll add some venting for exhaust so you can have a muzzle flare that looks pretty decent. And for that, I'm just going to do this and this. And then I will go into face select, grab these, and this top bit. And then, no, that's not right. Grab the center ones, 2 away, grab these ones. Yeah, there we go. And then grab this on the top. And then 2 away, grab these 2, and then this. Check the selection. That looks good. And then we just delete. Delete faces, and there you go. Another good idea for a barrel. Most of the time when you see professional models, it's actually like 3D modeled, so there's like an interior to the barrel. not going to do that. We're trying to keep it low poly, and it just makes it a little bit easier to have this as a flat, flush surface, because then you can always delete the other end. And for proper game optimization, you want to go through and delete faces that aren't going to be seen. So, like, the face that's attaching these, I would delete, but it's just one, so I'm not too concerned. Oh, wait, here. There's the face. Go into face select, and then delete the face. There we go. So there, basic barrel. Look okay?
Yes.
Think so?
Yes. Looks like a sonic screwdriver.
Good. Great, we'll get all the fans in here. Make sure you tag,
Doctor Who?
Yeah. Wait, what the heck? Why did it... Right. Now, extrude. Why is it... Excuse me? Why is there a second set of... Well, fine then. You can all go bye-bye. Delete. Alright, now. This is not what I need. G? Okay, that's good enough. Alright, so I'm actually going to just move this out along the Y, just about there. Scale it up. Extrude along the Y. Scale that up. And there you have a basic turret nozzle. I guess that's going to work. I mean, that works, doesn't it?
Yes.
Alright, so, like I said, this is going to be twin barrel. So I'm going to go ahead and make both barrels just one object. Or actually, hold on, yeah, one other thing. The base, since the whole turret base is going to be rounded, I'm going to make the centrifuge where the ammo and all goes rounded, of course. So, I'm going to take, firstly, I'm going to duplicate these. So, Shift D along the X, move it a little bit over, grab both of these, move them back to the center, and then I'm going to come from the top. I could have mirrored them. I didn't feel like it. I just take this and rotate it slightly, and take this and rotate it slightly. And those angles probably don't match, but I don't care. They work. There you go. So we'll name this barrels. And no, I'm not a professional game designer. I wish I was. I wish I had the professional experience, but that's why I'm making games to get the experience. So, kiss my ass. There's barrels.
Barrels.
Yes. So I'm going to go ahead and... Yep, I'm going to take these and move them directly
now it
up.
looks like, what are those things from Star Wars? The doggy things?
Doggy... The droids?
No.
What are you talking about?
The robots that walk across the thing that look like dogs to me.
Yeah, the droids. The droid army?
Yes.
Oh, it looks like their antenna?
Yes.
Okay, so, real quick, cheap thing. You could just slap a big cylinder on top and just say, all the machinery's in there, but I feel like that's pretty cheap, right? So I'm not going to do that. I'm actually going to take this cylinder, and this is going to be my centrifuge, but I'm going to add pieces to it to make it a little bit more realistic. So, firstly, the ammo, which is one of the most major parts, I'm going to take these faces, and actually, I am going to mirror this one because I want this to be the same on both sides. I could have done this, but I didn't. Delete all these. Aw. And I need to move those. G. X? No, Y. There we go. Move you over there. Now, don't go in edit mode. This cylinder. Tab. There we go. I'm going to just take it and... Where's my modifiers? Mirror. God, I've used these modifiers so many times and now I'm not friggin... Not across the X, across the... Excuse me. Are you not mirroring? Oh, it is. I just... I couldn't see it because there's no face there. Okay, hold up. So, yep, it's all clipped properly. I'm going to go ahead and take the top and bottom and add the faces in because I need to be able to see those. Face and face. And there you go. And I'm actually going to take these two edges real quick and do something because it'll just make sense to me. We are going to subdivide both of those. Go into this and then join these directly across with the corresponding one so it's a nice X in the middle. That gives me good XY lines to work with for the front, back, and sides. But what I'm going to do with the sides now is I'm going to take all these on both sides, these 5. I'm going to scale them along the X and make it 0 so they're flat. And I'm going to grab them along the X and move them in, make these 2 indents.
Good job.
Yep, and this, we're going to call this the turret hull. So this is not turret, the turret hull, and yeah, I kind of like that. That looks good. And then I'm going to add 2 ammo boxes into the sides of this. So now I need to make ammo boxes. So I'm actually going to use a cube for this because I'm going to round it, but I'm going to use a cube to start. Let's grab you. Wait. There. Just move you up with the turrets. Yeah, there we go. Look at that. They don't match up perfectly. I'm going to make that bigger too.
Good job.
I'm terrible with scale. I'm terrible with that stuff. The base looks really big compared to the turret, but I'm going to scale that up a little bit. But now the ammo boxes. So I'm going to model this. I actually need to model this from... We're going to go ahead and take these and hide them real quick. And I'm going to model this from this side so I can see the shape and all that. So, ammo box. I'm going to keep... Jesus. First off, just scale the whole thing down because there's no reason for it to be that giant. And then from the front side, I want it to have... What did I just do? Did it get smaller? Control Z? It did get smaller. Why did it get smaller? Stop that. What I'm going to do is Control R, add a loop cut here, and then take this face that I have and extrude it. So this is going to be the part that goes into the box that's attached. That's the ammo bit. And then I'm going to add another loop cut right here and take this and smooth it out a little bit. I'll do the same to the bottom. So it'll be a feed chain. Internally, you'll be able to see it a little better. It'll be a feed chain that rolls into the middle like this. Or it will roll flat across. That's how most of them do it. Mm-hmm. Any suggestions, any ideas? You want to add anything?
I don't know yet.
So I've got this box now.
Mm-hmm.
To add a little bit of depth and detail to it, I want to take these faces on both sides. Yeah, I want to add a little bit of extra texture and detail without adding too much to it, because it'll get crazy complicated if I do. But I want to add some detail to it. So we go into 3, grab these faces on both sides. And I'm not teaching like the basics of Blender. If you know how to use it, you'll probably know how to do this. If you want more like detailed tutorials, I can do slower process for some of the other models and stuff. Just go ahead and ask all 3 of you in the comments. So I'm going to indent it like that, then I'm going to extrude again and then scale it in again. But this time when I scale it in, I'm going to scale along the Y and scale it out so it indents like that. Adds a little bit of detail to the model.
Mm-hmm.
And
looks
then
like a pitching machine. Almost looks like a pitching machine.
Kind of does. And this gives a little bit of like it gives a bit of allure to the mechanism inside, because you'd have a thick outer wall, firstly for protecting the bullets from getting shot, and secondly to give them something rigid to lean against, as this box is built to hold heavy metal bullets. Yeah, heavy metal. I want to do something with this. I feel like I want to do something with this. Maybe scale it down. Yeah, that looks a little bit better. Still fairly low poly. All these faces on this are probably not worth it, but I'm gonna take it and fix it up a little bit right here. I need to... I'll do it the easy way. The messy but easy way. I'm just gonna take all these faces and delete them and then join the points to make faces. So... Can I dissolve? Oh, hey, I did it. Never mind. There we go. Yeah, I'm not perfect at this stuff, but I get the shapes I want. So there's that. There's an ammo box. Alt-H to bring all this stuff back. And it's still big. I knew it was, but I'm going to go ahead and scale this up and start. I'm going to start aligning some of the pieces to make it a little bit better. So.
I was slain by a zombie with a stick.
Oh, poor baby girl. Yeah, turn up some Minecraft, mad woman.
I'm sad.
Why?
He stole my chest plate.
GC. So I want it to be where, yeah, so the sides are still attached like that. And then what I'll actually do is take this. So something else to add detail. I want to take this. I want to take these lines and subdivide again, and then take these points and move them to the edges of that. So GX, no Y, and then move it to the edge. Yeah, right outside the edge, and then move that to the edge. Something else I want to just touch on to add detail to this turret. And then join and join. I know there's probably some part of this process that some Blender expert. Shush. Some Blender expert is probably like freaking out about, like, oh my god, you idiot. How could you? But
Noob.
Shut up. So what I wanted to do was take these edges and round them out, because I like the idea of that. So I'm actually going to take it. I'm just going to take this and move it down slightly, and then take this and move it down more.
I was saying, mechanically things don't really have round edges. At least they used to not.
Well, yeah, but a lot of machines now do have curves and stuff. And I'm just like, I'm messing around a little bit.
Used to be all boxy.
Yeah. But I like this design. I like the rounded turret design. So the back end drops off like that, and then the front end curves up. That sound good? Think so? Just because I want to give it some kind of form, some kind of shape and design. I don't want it to just be a box. And that's the other thing. When I was modeling the guns for the game, the like modern guns like pistols and stuff, I was looking at them and thinking, why do they have all these weird indents and stuff? And part of me just thinks it's probably because that's what people thought looked cool. Like, aside from everything else, that might just be the reason. It might just be that people thought, hey, this looks kind of cool. So they, yeah, you know. Oh, wait, rotate like this. And then GZ. So it gives it a little bit more curvature, a little bit more shape. And I actually want to take these 2 points that are standing out a little bit and move them down. And I can see how that's poorly affecting the geometry, of course, but I will fix that how I see. Grab a line right there. And you know what? We'll go ahead and join you two to the middle.
YouTube?
You two. You two to the middle.
I'm sorry.
It's fine. Then move those two down. There's probably a much smoother way of doing this without misaligning the geometry, because this probably looks like a mess, but
I mean,
I could have made it a smooth. Yeah, I could have made it a smooth curve. Oh, wait, hold up. I know what part of this problem is. This one's a lot less misaligned because it's actually a lot closer to that top edge, whereas this side is much further down, so I just want to... That's a little bit better.
Lily pads. Aim in a swim. Excuse me. How is that?
Excuse me. Excuse me. I'm just trying to look at this. So, no. I think that looks okay.
Look how big that is.
Nice.
Sorry.
Giant mushroom. I kind of like how this is looking so far. I want to add something to the top of this, and I think I have a pretty good idea of what to add. So the other part, the other key component of friggin' turrets, besides the shooty bit, is the part that detects whether or not they're shooting at an enemy. So I'm gonna keep
a gun or not a gun.
A turret.
Yes. Surprised you didn't make it circular.
Well, these are meant to be rotating on a swivel.
Boo Bear.
What?
You should make a turret that looks like a Roomba.
Yeah. Well, that's more of a mobile sentry than it is a mounted turret. So, I mean, that looks pretty dang good. I think that looks pretty on point. Yeah. GX. Move it in just a touch.
What time is it?
Oh.
Oh, it's over.
Oh, that's not even attached. Well then. Alright, fine. Hold up. We'll move it in a little bit more and sink it in so it's actually part of the geometry.
I found a birch forest.
Yeah?
Yes.
And I'm immediately noticing I don't like this top. I don't like how the top turned out.
Same.
But I'm just gonna... Yep. And then... I'm just going to get rid of all that nonsense.
Where's all the tiny mushrooms at?
So I'm actually going to reshape this a little bit. Because I like the curve of the top. I don't like how the top turned out. So I'm going to go ahead and take this and just extrude it. Just a little bit. And then shrink it down. See that? Those are the parts that I don't like. Those little overhang flaps. But now that I'm seeing them... have an idea, because I'm going to scale this a little bit further down, move it down. They've got these weird overhang flaps, which I'm going to try and blend in a little more by taking this whole section and just moving it like that, which may turn out good and it may turn out bad, but that's my problem to deal with. Yeah, it turned out a little poor, but it's okay. I'm just gonna add this. Yeah, that adds an interesting ridge on the under. You okay?
No, I hit my foot.
I noticed. And now this part that I flattened out for the ammo box, I'm re-rounding out, of course, because why would I not? Grab this and move it. Keep that curvature, because what I'm going to set this up is the top is going to be where the camera system goes that allows the turret to think for itself, because I'm making these to be fully self-sufficient turrets, meaning they function on their own, which means they need a system that can analyze and scan data to determine whether or not something is an enemy, whether that's done through like a paintball system where you shoot somebody with a color and it recognizes the color as a target or not, or something along those lines. Or if it's just a self-automated system that detects, hey, this guy's got a gun and he's not one of ours. Pew pew. So we'll just 180 this, turn it around, and now I have two ammo boxes. I'll make sure they're kind of equally sunk in. And this one's a lot further in. So we'll just sink the tip in, and ta-da!
Wow. That was fast.
Yeah, it's not super great. It's just a quick little thing I threw together. There's so much more I could add to like details like divots and indents, but like I don't know what the overall aesthetic is going to be. I don't know what I want from this. And this is a very basic turret, so I feel like this little cylinder looks pretty good. It houses a lot of mechanics, and now now the camera bit. So I'm going to take this top piece and go ahead and seal it up for now.
Spider, leave me alone.
No. Alt around there, and then face. Perfect. So now it's all closed up. I kind of like that. I like that little head bit a lot better. This looks pretty good. Okay, so now the camera bit at the top. And then... yeah, I can do tripod legs. Or... ooh, I don't know. I think I might leave it like this and then ask him if he needs tripod legs and figure it out from there. Because I might change the base out for the tripod legs. But I don't know. So, have I named everything? That's nope. Turret hull. Oh, I'm going to go ahead and Control J joins these together. and they become one object, and these are the ammo boxes. Boxes. Alright. And then we're going to add a cube. I'm going to scale it right the hell down. Alright. And I'm going to go ahead and round this box right the hell up. But what, is there a spider on your leg?
It was an ant.
Wow. I realize I could have used a cylinder for this, but I actually want this one to be a little bit more rigid and squarish. Wait. I want to scale it out and not raise the height. There we go. And then once again, we'll take this bit, move it a little further down, and then extrude a tiny stem. And then what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to make this a lot simpler for myself. GZ. I'm going to extrude a bit, scale it down, extrude a bit, scale it further down, extrude a bit, scale it way the hell down. And then I don't like the exact proportion, so I'll just move these around a little bit until I get more of a curve I want. And there we go. Camera head. And the easy part about this is the easiest way to make... That's way too big, but we'll fix that in a second. So, and I kept it fairly low poly. I can always subsurf or add to make it smoother. But the biggest thing is this is really easy because what this does for me is to make it a rotatable camera and keep it low poly and easy is we can add a color to it, add detail, like paint on a camera and a lens right there, and then just have this whole thing rotate to show the camera swiveling around. So this will rotate as a separate unit to the turret, which will rotate to align itself with the camera. Or they can all work in synchronous and it can just turn together. So it gives them a modular system to work with. I think that's a pretty good base. I don't like how the most detailed things are the barrels. It feels very out of place. So let's fix that. I have an easy way to do this, and that is to get rid of a bunch of lines. So I'm going to make these a little bit more angular. And I'm going to dissolve that line, except that took out a bit more. Oh, crap. We're going to go back. I'm not a professional. I'm not a professional. So we actually are going to mirror this stuff. Great. Alright, so we're going to delete this. We're going to take this and add a mirror modifier. And we're going to no clipping. There we go. There. So, aperture. Alright. So what I actually want to do is I want to dissolve these lines while leaving the dots. I want to leave the points in place while dissolving these lines because that will flatten up the sides and give it a little bit more angle. Actually, I do want to dissolve those points, but hopefully they'll dissolve with the rest of it. So let me test this and dissolve. So that left, yeah, there we go. That made it a little bit flatter across that one edge. So it's a little bit more angular and it gives it a bit more of that matching feel to the rest of this stuff. Very tiny mouse movements. And doop, 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 doop. Yeah, not that. This. There. I'm pretty sure there is a. I'm pretty sure I remember a shortcut for there being something to do the whole like selecting one rather than the other on all of these, but I don't remember what it was. So there's that. Nice. Now let's go back and keep selecting. Yes.
I love you.
Love you too.
Sorry, I'm not being very engaging.
It's alright. I'm not being very engaging. I'm just talking to myself. I need to talk about interesting stuff. I just don't have anything interesting to say. But, yeah, so, no. One second. I gotta get rid of that. No, stop. Unselect those. I'll do this. I'll figure it out. Hold up. I can do it. Where's the misselected line? Right there. Those two. Boop. Excuse me. Are you not?
I modeled a house after our house.
Oh, did you now?
Yeah, you ready?
No.
Okay. Once you're done.
Unselect. I got it. Oh my god. I swear, guys, I'm good at this. I swear. And as of like now, so I'm heavily working on the book because I really want to get the book done. But I think that looks better.
Ooh, turret has to go.
That makes the nozzles or the barrels match the rest of the turret a little better, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so I'm gonna call it there. There we have it, turret. It's a turret. Turnip.
Turnip.
Turnip turret. It's almost like a potato gun. It's a turnip turret. Okay, there's that. I'm happy with that. I'm going to Control S so I don't forget it. I'm going to call this the base turret. Save as a blend. And I need to put that in the proper file later. But there you go. There's your turret. Merry Christmas, Eraser. And wait. Make sure. So this is mainly for me and Eraser, but if you're sending models to somebody and you want it to be a little bit more ready for them, first off, name your stuff. So this is I'm going to call it the camera hub. But make sure you don't have a bunch of modifiers on because they might not know how to work the modifiers, or if they do, it's easier just to apply them since these are done. And there you have it. I'll have to fix whatever I have to fix later, but Control save. Make sure you save. Don't forget to save. That's it for me. Goodbye, farewell, adventurers, and